What's up, YouTube? It's me, Kenneth with What's New BBQ. I got the big trailer smoker rolled out today. We're going to be rolling some St. Louis style ribs on this big dog. I haven't done a video yet on YouTube for this smoker yet because I'm just still trying to get used to it, still dialing in the temperatures. It smokes like a champ. You can grill on it. It's got basically 3 zones of cooking. One day I'll show you all around it, but today I'll show you a little bit of it. And today's video isn't a how-to video, it's more so my experience getting to know this smoker. Right now I've got a chimney of Kingsford blue charcoal getting ready, and I'm going to throw that into the firebox here in a little bit alongside of 2 or 3 logs of oak to get this bad boy fired up. It typically takes about an hour to get to a cooking temperature around 260 to 300 degrees depending on where you're at inside the pit. Like I said, I got that chimney lit with some charcoal. Once it gets going, we'll toss it into the firebox, put some logs of oak in there with it. I'll catch back up with y'all at that time, and then I'll give you a little bit of a peek of this smoker, and we'll get some ribs tossed on. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscription button and that bell right next to it so you can keep track of this barbecue journey. Alright guys, next time I see y'all, we'll be tossing some oak into the fire and get to cooking. Alright guys, here's our ribs. I got them out of the package. These are just some Smithfield ribs that I got from my local store here. And we're going to season them 2 different ways. The first one we're going to hit with some D's Nuts pecan rub. And the second one, some Holy Voodoo, both from Meat Church. I'm not going to bore y'all with getting these seasoned up. Again, I'm just trying to get these ribs onto the big dog and get to rolling. The chimney's almost going all the way, so we're going to toss that in right after we get these seasoned up. I'll catch back up with y'all at the firebox when we're tossing some oak in and go from there. Let's get these seasoned up. Alright guys, I just tossed these 2 logs of oak on and they're catching real quick. So what we're going to do is let them keep burning. We're going to let these burn all the way down to coals and we'll keep adding oak on top of it. This is going to be the main heat source. We started with 1 chimney of charcoal, but typically I won't be adding any more to the big dog. We'll just be rolling with oak from here on out. I'm going to go ahead and grab the ribs and I'll catch back up with y'all when we're tossing them on. Alright, we got our ribs on to the big dog. I wanted to go ahead and point out, while the smoker is coming up to temperature, what I do like to do is keep both doors wide open to create a good pull, a good airflow throughout the whole chamber here, the cooking chamber. We got our ribs on here. We're going to go ahead and leave these doors open probably for about 10 or 15 more minutes, which is perfectly fine. That'll give us a chance for these ribs to sweat in nicely. Both racks of ribs are looking good. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, let them sweat in for about 20 minutes while this pit's finishing coming up to temperature. And I'll check back with y'all in 2 hours and see what we're looking like. Alright guys, as you can see, the big dog's still getting fired up. I shut down one of the doors. I still have one door wide open, still creating that airflow. We want a lot of good smoke rolling through this pit, not lingering smoke. That means we got a good, clear barbecue smoke action going on. But I wanted to go ahead and touch on a topic that I get questions on all the time. And that's, do you cook to an internal temperature or do you cook to a certain time frame for a certain poundage of meat, a certain size of meat? And for me, I do kind of target a time frame that I'm looking to finish in for whatever it is I'm cooking, if it's a brisket or ribs or pork butt. But really what I'm focusing on is that internal temperature. I like to cook to an internal temperature because I know that I can recreate that again time and time again, and my guests and my friends are just going to love it, and I don't have to play much guessing into making some awesome food. So while we had a little bit of time, just wanted to touch on that question. I appreciate everybody out there that comments things like this, and I look forward to being able to put more little clips like this into my videos. So y'all stick around guys, I'm about to shut this door down. Like I said, we'll check on them in 2 hours. Alright guys, we're at that 2-hour checkpoint, and I told y'all we'd check on these ribs. We've got some good smoke flow rolling. I've added about 3 good size oak logs to the smoker in those 2 hours that we've been cooking. I'm going to go ahead and spray these ribs down with some apple juice. we're keeping it simple. Just kind of doing a little bit of testing out on some ribs on the big smoker. Just like that. Let me bring you on for a close-up. I'll show you what these ribs are looking like, and then we'll keep cooking. That's what they're looking like, guys. Got a nice color on them. They're starting to break down nicely. I can tell we're cooking real low and slow, and that's awesome. And the best thing about this big smoker, if I want to, I can start moving it a little bit closer to the fire and kind of getting better pullback and better bark at that time. But right now, we're just working on breaking down that fat in these pork ribs. And I'm going to go ahead and shut the lid on this, the door, and I'll catch back up with y'all in 2 more hours. Smelling great out here. Just wanted to update y'all. It's been about 10 minutes since we checked on them at the 2-hour mark. What I did do is move them a little bit closer to the firebox because now I want to work on this bark. Try to build a nice crust and bark on the outside of these ribs and really start breaking down that fat. So this is about almost to the middle of the cooking chamber. I'm going to shut this down. We're going to cook for 2 more hours and I'll catch back up with y'all at that point. Alright guys, we're waiting to check on those ribs in about another hour. While we're waiting, I want to give a quick shout out to my brother Red at Red's BBQ and Pizzeria. I'll have his link down below in the description box, guys. Go check him out. He's trying to reach 2,000 subscribers and he really deserves to reach that milestone. He's got a great attitude and he loves to use food to bring the community together. Like I said, his link will be down below in the description box. Go tell him What's New Barbecue sent you. I'd truly appreciate it. Alright guys, let's get back to these ribs. Alright, we're 2 hours later. Let's take a peek at these ribs and see what we're looking like. They are looking insanely good. Let me zoom in a little bit for y'all. Look at this color that we're starting to get on our bark. Starting to get a decent amount of pullback happening. These are some meaty St. Louis style ribs, and remember, we didn't trim them at all. So let's go ahead and spritz this down just a little bit. And I decided we're not going to wrap these at all. What I'm going to do is go ahead and move these further away from the fire again. That's the fun of these guys. You get to play around with the different cooking zones and get these ribs perfected the way you want them. And that's what we're doing today, just kind of dialing in this smoker like I said. Those are looking great. I'm going to get them moved over to the far end and let them finish up for about 1.5 hours. When we're pulling them off the smoker, I'll catch up with y'all and see what they're looking like. Alright guys, these are looking ridiculous. I just pulled them off the big dog. Reminder, these were hit with the Holy Voodoo and these were hit with the pecan rub, D's nuts, both from Meat Church. I'm going to let these rest for about 20 minutes and then we'll cut into them and give them both a taste and see what we're looking like at that point. Can't wait to see what the big dog did with these ribs. I'll catch back up with y'all in 20 minutes when we're trying them out. There's nothing else to do but to try these out. These are looking ridiculous. Let's go ahead and give the Voodoo, the Holy Voodoo one a try first. Look how juicy these are. Golly. Cheers, y'all. Holy cow. Wow. That Voodoo seasoning is so good. Dang. Wow. Awesome bite, guys. That flavor profile is awesome. That oak wood from the big dog smoker. That's awesome. We didn't wrap those. So tender. I'm excited to give this other one a try. Check that out. That turned out juicy also. Cheers, y'all. Wow. That pecan rub's got a nice sweet flavor to it. It really accents that barbecue flavor well. And right off the bone, guys. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm still dialing in the big dog smoker. Comment down below if you like a video like this. I'll keep them coming, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching What's New Barbecue. Until next time, y'all keep on barbecuing. Dang. Talk about some ribs, man. Look at that.